Italian film is alive and well. It has been picking up since the year 2000s, and now we are having two major authors, which I think are Matteo Garrone and Paolo Sorrentino. We have a former comedian who's now become a mature author and actor, who's Carlo Verdone, and many other talents that are coming up, independent talents, independent films. We are going to see more and more good Italian films in the coming years. My main focus is Italian film after 1945, let's say between 1945 and 1980. But I also teach an introduction to Italian film that goes from 1945 all the way to nowadays, to the year 2010s. And also I have a literary side, post-war Italian literature when required, and also the Italian language. Italian film studies was actually the topic of my master's in Italy after my BA in comparative literature, Italian and English. And even if I pursued a doctorate in Romance literatures, Italian and French, I always had the streak of film studies going all the way through my career. Two Italian films are very close to my heart. One is L'Avventura by Michelangelo Antonioni from 1960, which is very rigorous and it's both in its visual aspects and its introspection of the relationship between the characters and the environment. And the other one is 8½" by Federico Fellini, just a couple of years later, because of its deep compassion towards the character and its scathing irony. L'Avventura could be a good start, 8½" could be a good start, La Dolce Vita, Rome, the Open City, you name it. If it depends on also it depends on the audience. If someone, for instance, is strongly interested in the history of Italian art, I would recommend Accattone by Paolo Pasolini, which is the one that is more attentive to the icon per se of the character, and how the icon basically manifests itself, like all the great Italian paintings in between the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. Among the directors nowadays, I try to keep track of Spike Lee, who has a wonderful way of parsing the story, a wonderful sense of rhythm and of appropriateness, and works very well with the actors. And I am also following Noah Baumbach, who is doing some extremely interesting stuff, very dramatically tight, very poignant, and on a shoestring budget. I'm reframing my syllabus for Italian 350 Introduction to Italian Film and include more and more and more contemporary Italian films. I think it's important to get the students at UMass and the community as well acquainted with the Italian cinema today, with these new products that are becoming more and more interesting, and with the world around us.